Hello all, welcome to Tech Master Hub. So today we are going to discuss a project which is data engineering pipeline, how it works and with the use case, with a ETL use case. So let's dive into the projects. So this is our architecture diagram. So this goes from S3 to SQS queue service and also Lambda step functions, Glue and S3. These are the services we are going to use in this data pipeline. So here the ETL pipeline start extracting from S3 and it will analyze and transform some logics using glue and the final output will be stored in another S3 bucket. In this use case, we are going to discuss like retail sales data processing. So actually we build this pipeline for many purposes. So let me take a small example for this. So in this scenario, we may get some large CSV and JSON files from different stores. So whenever we upload this file, so automatically the pipeline will trigger and the final output will be come to the finalized bucket. So these are how the pipeline works. So the CSV file can contain order ID, customer ID, product, category, and quantity for unit price and order date. So so here we have our logic is to add some extra column which is total sales. Like if you we want to add some tier extra column which is total sales. So this is our logic. We have to implement this and delete duplicates. Like transformation we have to do in Glue is to remove duplicate transitions and filter invalid rows and a total amount we have to add an extra column so which is quantity into price. So this using these two columns we have to derive another column. So this is about our transformation logic. So with this whenever we a file is uploaded to S3 bucket, so it automatically triggered SQS event notification. And in Lambda function, we have to derive a yeah, step function. Step function we will implement a glue script. So this glue job will run our transformation logic and transforms this logic to S3 bucket. So this way we are going to implement this pipeline. So let's dive into our implementation in AWS. So here, this is our console, right? So now we have to search for S3 services. So basically we need two buckets, one for our source and one for the final target output. So let me create two buckets. So here are my recently visited services. So go and search for S3 bucket, S3 services. So here we have to create one bucket for source and one bucket for target. So here click on create bucket, give bucket name, what like it should be in a queue, in a queue bucket, and allow give make all so default as for now. No need to change any settings. Make it default. So you have to make sure that the name is to be in correct format. I think take a so you correct name and click on create, then we will get bucket. So this is our raw bucket and we have to create another bucket which is for our target. So again we have to create another bucket. So now click on create. So same, you have to keep in a queue name So let me create a final bucket and keep it as as everything and click on create bucket. So our final bucket also created. So now we create two buckets. So in our pipeline we have create an SQS services. So search for SQS, which is a simple queue service. So in this queue service, whenever the file get from, so it will get multiple files, right? So it will trigger one by one. So using this, you will get one by one file buffering. So this are queue services. So click on create queue. So now we use standard only. I need to FA4, which is first in first out. So like create a name it with your convenient name. Let me create like a event trigger event. So in configuration, we have to change some policies, edit the JSON reader, JSON file. So click on advanced and we have to allow our S3 source bucket to read that source bucket. So here we have to change some add S3 services to read that file. So like yeah, here it is. So now here we added the SQL services. So for our raw bucket, so it will read this bucket and what are the files it will come from that bucket. So this SQS can read and send sends notification triggers. So this now click on save button. So now our trigger is ready. Now we have to implement our Lambda services. So create a Lambda function, search for Lambda service, go through it. So here we have to create a function, click create function. So yeah, we are using for other from scratch function name like in a function name like we are pipeline, like make it data pipeline, or else we can use your convenient name. So here we have to choose Python and keep it default for everything. So now we have to add some roles for this. Let me add after creating this Lambda. So click on create function. So this is our Lambda. So this is our Lambda code. So we have to import our all the necessary libraries. So for here we have to trigger this step function. This Lambda function will trigger the step function. In step function, we implemented a glue job, right? So we have to create step function, and so here our handler will create a records. So here we get S3 events from the SQS. So it will read that files and it will generate input data which is bucket and key. So this bucket and key will send this to step function. Then the step function will take these two parameters, bucket and key. So here I divide one environmental variable which is state missions ARM. State mission is nothing but a step function parameter. So here in step function will derive state missions. So this is we are using in an environment variable. So this will sends this data to step particular state mission in step function. So this is about our lambda code. So now click on deploy. So let me show how to create an environmental variable. So click on configuration. So here we can see environment variables. So here I have derived key which is SRM, key name SRM state mission. So like this is the ARN of my state mission which I created. Now I will show how to create this state mission also. So this and we have to save the settings and click on deploy. Then now this is our lambda creation. Now we have to step to the step function. So step function is for orchestration. The workflow we can orchestrate how the data pipeline work and the flow workflow. So let me create another state mission for this. So click on name it as a what about the name you want. Let me create a step for glue. So click on continue. So here we have two options like we can design our pipe workflow or else we can go with AC code which is ACL language. So here we can write our flow of workflow here with ACL coding. So let me get this now. So this is our ACL code. So comment starting, it's a normal thing. We have to name it as a ETL pipeline using glue and run glue job. So here we selected glue job, right? We have to select glue job and type is to task. Like we have to perform some task, right? So here we use type as a task and ARN for that particular resources for this state machine is this and parameter is like the name of our glue job. So after glue job we will derive glue job now. So this is our glue job name. We have to give here and arguments like so this bucket and keys are getting from the lambda. So this is the process and keep end is equal to true. So now click on save. Our now we have created the state mission now, and we will go to Glue now. So this is about creating state mission for orchestration of workflow. Now search for Glue, AWS Glue. Click on this. I will go to AWS Glue job. So here we will perform our transformations using PySpark. Okay. So let me go to ETL jobs. Click on ETL jobs. So in this glue, we have different options like we can create visually using this ETL and also from interact notebook we can import we can create and also using script editor like we have to use our own script. So using Python script we can use this one. So click on script we are using Spark section or Python. So now I am using a Spark for our transformation logic. So click on create script. Now we'll get this. So we have to name this. So name it as a step blue unique name. So in job details we have to add some details roles. We have to add some role which is it will read the data from S3, right? So we have to give some permissions for this particular job and the type is to Spark only. Here we using Spark and the version is latest version is Glue 5.0. So okay, make it default using Python language. Worker type, so we may select the difference. So now we use for CPU 160 GB RAM for now. So keep it default and everything. Cricket and click on save. So this is our Python. Now we'll just go to a Python script. PySpark is script. So this is our Python Spark script. So we have to create two buckets keys that are coming from this Lambda bucket and key. So now we have to create a Spark context. So this is our Spark session and the input and output paths. So like input path is to source bucket which are coming from this lambda function and it triggers this step function, right? State mission. So this is our path, and our output path is like we have there are two buckets in S3, right? The another bucket is final bucket. So here it will be output will be stored in this bucket. So now we have to read that particular source CSV file. So the DF you have read data frame spark.read. So it will read this CSV file from input part. So now first transformation is to remove duplicates, right? So we have to remove our duplicates, and we need a quantity into unit price, because of like we are creating another column which is total sales means. So we have to multiply these two tables, right? So in case of there are any nulls, so we have to remove the nulls. So for now we are using fill any method. So it will fill with zero in quantity and unit price columns. And so now we have to check that we may get some these files in different format. So now we have to cache this format to our integers and double. So the quantity column is integer, and our unit price is to double, because of we may get, the price may get 2.00, 10.00, like that, right? So we are casting these columns. Now we are adding our logic, which is total amount column, right? So df with column total amount, from the function dot call quantity into function with price. So we are creating another column which is total amount by multiplying these two columns, which is quantity into unit price. So now another data frame, which is our order date column may contain string format. So now how to convert this into proper date format to date. So year, month and date. So it will create a year and a month and date in our order date column. So this is our transformation logic. Now it's all these data and information and logic will be implemented to the data will be sent to this final bucket we have, and whatever the bucket we created. So click on save. Now our flow job also ready. So this is a basic example, guys. This pipeline, how the pipeline works with a small use case. So let me show you how our input data. So like this is our input data, which we having ordered ID, customer, product, category, quantity, unit price, and order date. So in this we are having some null values and uh, um, duplicates. So now we have to remove this and add a extra column, which is total amount. This is our logic, right? So this is our source data. Whenever I keep this file in this S3 bucket, I will get another CSV file with a total amount, and it will remove these null values and also duplicates. So let me upload this file into our raw bucket. So source bucket, and go to buckets. So S3 buckets, search for raw bucket on 14. This is a bucket, right? So here we need to upload our bucket. So click on upload. So add files. So this is right our file. We have to upload this file in here. Click on upload. So now we can use and we can visualize using this state machines here. Like our state machine will be triggered, and I think we start now. See here, it's running. It is in the running stage, and also we can view this one in Glue also. So go to runs. So we no need to click manually with run or everything. So it automatically triggers everything, and it will no need, it's automation. So click here, it's also running. I already tested this with data before shooting this video. So this is the pipeline, how real data engineering pipelines work using these AWS services, ETL pipelines. Wait for the success. We will get this file. And also we can visualize this output data and analyze this data using Athena. If you want any, if you want, I will. You can use that. So let me show how to create this crawler also. The crawler will crawl the output data CSV file to Glue, and we have created database, and this database can be can perform some queries in AWS Athena services. So let me create that also. Wait for this. Yeah, it got success. And now we can click on view details. See here our data. Now this all the performs will be stored in our raw bucket, like in our final bucket. Go to buckets and search for final bucket. This is our target bucket. So in this bucket, we will get the our transformation and logic here. See, with the new timestamp, it got created. So click on this file and click on open. So guys, this is our see next column is got created. So so here the null values are filled with 0 and deleted the duplicate also. So here the column we have missed some column because of like in for the ID of 1010 our there is no customer ID. So for that it is showing null value. No need to tension about this. So this is our final output. If you got it. And now to analyze this, we can use Athena for analyzing this data. So now we have to create a crawler. So this crawler will crawl the data from S3 bucket. Now search for and go to Glue and create a crawler. So in crawlers, create crawler, search crawler, click on create crawler, name it as name like ETL crawler. Click on next. So we have to add some data source. The data source is like our target data. So our source is S3. In S3 we have our data, right? So we have to browse. So here our final bucket. So this is our bucket, right? So click on choose. Now click keep this remaining or default. Add data source. So after adding, we have to choose a role. So the role is choosing is this role. So this role actually have the permissions to read the data from S3. So for every for Lambda function also we have to attach some policies. So these are the roles and click next. So to analyze this data we have to add some database. So for that, I have created some databases, or else you can use a data database and can generate. It's a simple thing on it. So now I have I have some default database. Click on this and click next. So we are having some option which is scheduling. So for on demand or hourly or weekly, we can use also cron expressions also. Here for now I'm using on demand. So whenever I upload, it should be triggered. So for that I'm using on demand. So or else you want to particular time you have to trigger means we can choose this Chrome expressions or also hour and week. For this now I'm using on demand. Click on next. So make it this crawler, create crawler. So after creating crawler, now search for Athena. So this is our Athena. So this crawler will create a catalog like data. It has some file whatever I show in this S3 bucket. So now all this will be there in this catalog. Choose here database is default, like where that is chosen in this crew color. So this is our data. See what are the columns I get in this target bucket, all are it will show in this table format. See order ID, custom ID, product category, another which is our logic total amount also, and the types. So click on fit to insert it in a table, these two or query editor. So preview table. Now our data table is created, so we can perform our queries, analyze our data using this Athena. So click on run. So I'm using a select star from which is database name default and the file with that folder name sales crud. So here we got it. Our all data which is shown in the our final CSV file, right? Data is same. So we can perform any logics here, SQL logic. So let me create another mm, logic. So order by total amount, descending order. So these are SQL query. If you click run, so it will order the all unit total amount from descending order. See, 25,000 is the our highest amount, and 50,000 on up like this. It will and also like we may get small logic, so like another logic which is like where quantity greater than quantity greater than one. So like this we can perform SQL queries, we can analyze this data. So here the data which are greater than quantity one, it will be shown here. So these are our project guys. How to understand this how real-time ETL pipeline works and how it flows from source to target databases. So these are a small detailed example I have shown. Mm, so this is all about our project. Hope you understand everything. If you find any doubts, feel free to ask in comment section. Thank you for watching.